Our webmaster approached me and said, this is such an interesting thing, we're seeing all these groups here. He wondered if he could work with Bob and get all the contact information for everybody here, put the link on our website. So I do suggest writing everything down, but we'll try to get all this information on our website.
He will work with me, and remember, as I said at the beginning, that Richard Johnson is heavily involved in this, so he'll work with both of us on that. He'd be glad to do that. Yeah, go ahead.
About these police. I have my son, he's in no gang, he gets in no trouble, he has no record, and he works. He coming from the Y one day, and the police pulled him over to harass my son. Took him to the station and was questioning him, gonna tell my son if I want to, I can punch you in the face and get away with it. And we know you working, and we'll come to your job and get you fired. Who's the name? One of the twin and Beryl. What's his name? He's gonna do something. Anyway, it's one of the twins, and one name is Beryl. What's the other name? Yeah, this one right here. Come in and make a complaint. That ain't gonna do nothing. I done been through that already. Y'all need to stop harassing people that's not doing nothing, and people that's doing something. What y'all need to do.
We had, okay, you've got some contact right here. Okay, go ahead.
I'm here on behalf of my friend Paula, who's sitting next to me.
How you doing?
And this is a little off the subject, but what Paula's concern and our concern living in the 1100 block of Haight Street is, I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. I didn't think I was going to stand up. Paula was hit, struck, and run over by a car that ran through the intersection of Octavia and Haight Street. This is a very dangerous intersection when you are walking down Haight Street towards Market on the right side of the street at Octavia Boulevard. People are coming down Haight, whipping around the corner, big buildings there. I've seen people narrowly miss getting hit. People jogging with iPods. It's a very dangerous situation. So what we would like to see and what we would like to know is who do we contact about getting a preventive barrier, because a lot of people are not mindful. They're in their own worlds, and you see them narrowly just about getting clipped by cars coming through that intersection, and it's extremely dangerous.
I know, I ride my bicycle through there. Barbara, did you have something to bring up?
Well,
As part of the community organization?
Things going on right now. So I just want to support that there are community members here that really advocate for safety, and the way that it gets done is you really get to know the kids. You really get to know the kids and the community. And there are ways that you can do it. First of all, I want to thank all the parents that came out today. And it's hard to raise kids in this neighborhood. And is many times you can have an interaction with the kid. They will get to know you. They might diss you. They might not appreciate you. But the more you get in their face and you're not going to go away, the more that they're going to have to be with you. And that's what my organization has done for 15 years. We helped to renovate a bunch of parks that nobody could use because there were people that would shoot each other and drug dealers would do their business in the parks. And so we spent 15 years getting those parks open, getting those green spaces open, building stewardship around the parks. Now there's great groups of people around those parks. But all along we had to work with the kids because the kids were the only ones we ever saw. We never saw the parents. So we worked with John Muir School, and we made partnerships with Mo Magic, with Community Partners United. And we saw the kids every day, and they wanted to vandalize. They wanted to diss the police in some way that the police said they have never been dissed before by these 5- and 6-year-olds that had incredible mouths. And those kids, we see them every day. When they want to vandalize, we work with them. And we're not going away. And we get to know their parents, and their parents are trying to get involved now, but they're really busy. So I just want to say that we were called the Hayes Valley Park Group, now we're called Community Grows, we're focused on youth. We're doing stuff outdoors, we're doing the environment, we're doing education with the kids at Conner School in science and gardening. We're doing cooking classes in the housing development to make the families and the kids learn that they need a healthy life. And we're offering green jobs for teenagers. We have a program, it's an 8-month stipend program. They learn about composting, gardening, they work with Rec and Park Department, and they get connected with other youth organizations that have green job training. This Saturday, we're going to have a party to celebrate our new organization. It's in Koshland Park, which is on the corner of Page and Buchanan Street. It's a work day from 10 to 1. That is a barbecue. There's going to be local bands. Western Edition Beacon is going to be our partner with this. Kaiser Permanente is sponsoring it. So all the flyers are on the table there. I want to encourage you to not just talk the talk, but walk the walk and see these people, see these kids, and relate to them, because we're all teaching our kids all together. And we need to, we need to be open and vulnerable and let ourselves feed into these kids, because they're going to be our future. So, let's give them.
Valerie, you were going to talk about something about the pedestrian thing?
Well, I was just Valerie Brown from Supervisor McGreevy's office. We have that on our list. We definitely have that on our list, what you were talking about, the hate in Octavia. And what we have to do is we will contact the MTA, and they do a study. And whether we all know, because we walk there, that that's an unsafe corner, they have to do a study. It's the way it is. We, as a board, the board of supervisors cannot tell MTA what to do because of Prop A, so you know that. So but we do push very, very hard.
I have a question because I have contacted your supervisor working in office and Governor Duffy's office several times, and I haven't gotten any response. So it's difficult for me to know who knows what. Is there a specific
Well, I
office?
can give you my card. I'm not sure what number you're calling, or if you're just going on our staff, the general staff, not sure. But you can, I have plenty of cards, you can get a hold of me.
I see a lot of people nodding their heads about this particular intersection. By the way, I want to take this opportunity to thank
Somebody asked which intersection?
Octavia and H Street.
in Octavia.
And I understand that Fell in Octavia is also nasty.
Wasn't there some talk about making hate one way or something?
Well, one is one, no, I heard that MTA wants to make it two-way for buses, which I think is an insane idea.
We're working it out to make it two-way for buses when it's a one-way now.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not sure, because I just want to, I know you wanted Supervisor McGreevy to speak, but he's at different meetings. I've been texting him back and forth. I'm not sure if he's going to make it, but he's trying. But I just wanted to kind of give you, because I know our office was on the agenda, and I don't want to sell anyone short. That one of the message that we'd like to bring from our office is that you know that our office of Supervisor McGreevy has worked really hard to get violence prevention money into our community into District 5. He has fought really hard to get the money last year and also for the add-backs. And I think everyone knows about the budget this year. There will be no add-backs. So what he's actually, and what our office has been doing and working with Mo Magic is making sure our service providers, because we have some great service providers and I see they're here, but they're doing what they say they're doing, and they're able to reach the community that needs to be reached. Because if we go up for funding, there's probably going to be some service providers that are not going to get the money that they're asking. That's the reality of this budget season. Also, people keep calling our office and talking to Supervisor McGreevy saying, we need this, we need that, especially with this horrible budget and in the violence prevention area. What we really need is we need you to organize and go down to the mayor's office. Because I have to tell you, we can only do so much. It's in the mayor's hands. The mayor will give us the budget in a month. Within the month. We have 30 days to try to go over the budget the mayor gives us. If we don't organize right now, If our communities don't go organized and go down to room 200, that's 200, not 282, that is the road for 200, and start letting him know, letting the mayor know and his staff that these things are absolutely vital to our community. One of the things that we're really afraid of in the Western Addition and in Hayes Valley and Lower Hay, the areas that all of District 5, we've been doing really good the last probably 2 years. We've done really good. Our violence is down. We've had lots of really great progress. And the reason is because we've been having money being put into places like Elliott Hutch to make that a strong community center again, into programs that will get out into public housing, like these gentlemen sitting here, they're out in public housing, working with the youth in public housing. These are, and I can go around the room, and everyone here is actually people that are actually doing the work, really great work. And the thing that we have to realize is we're going to have to start organizing to make sure that we get that, because one of the things we're really nervous about, and Ross keeps talking about it, is we may get penalized for doing well. They may say, you know what, District 5, you're doing really great. We're going to take some of that money, we're going to put it over here. Hell no, well, I'm telling you, I'd say, let's go to the mayor's office, please. I mean, we need to have some grassroots organizing.
But you should.
Oh, there
Don't forget Mr. Henry.
You know, we have, this is the time for questions, but we, 3 people just showed up the last few minutes. We have the district attorney's office, Paul Henderson. We have the captain of the Northern Station, and we have our supervisor. So if 3 to 4 minutes for each. You know, as far as the district attorney, we talked about the stay-away orders. And if he has anything to add with what Michael Patton did on that. And we also had the captain, who is the captain of all the public safety in Northern Station. So anyway, Paul, do you want to have to say anything?
Sure. I'll jump in first. I think I recognize a lot of the faces in the room already, but those of you that I haven't met already, Paul Henderson, I'm with the District Attorney's Office. I'm the Chief of Administration there. And actually, let me just thank you guys for having me come out and talk to all of you. It's actually always a big deal whenever I can come out to talk about public safety to organizations that care about their communities and want to talk about the work that we do, the work that you guys are doing as a neighborhood. It's always really important. I think oftentimes when I go and people talk to me about public safety, they don't realize that it's not an independent thing, right? So people have a perception that this is something that happens in like a little silo. So the district attorney just makes things safe, or the police department just makes things safe. But it's always like the trifecta, that we need communities, and we need people, and we need witnesses and victims working with us in order to make sure that streets get safe and that things work. And so one of the things that they had asked me to come and talk to you about, we have a neighborhood DA program where I have my lawyers in almost every neighborhood sharing information and communicating with people so that they understand and that they know that in order to prosecute someone or to hold people accountable for public safety, we need communities to work together. We need people to testify, we need people to be witnesses, we need people to work with the police department. And one of the ways that that has worked well, as it has worked well with this neighborhood, and working with Michael and with Valley and some of the faces I see in this room, is with the stay-away orders and getting stay-away orders and enforcing stay-away orders. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think you all kind of know how it works generally, but overall, when defendants enter into the criminal justice system, it's very helpful for my office to have people in the neighborhood who come and testify and say at the arraignment or at OR that they are requesting a stay-away and this is the reason. And when you have a stay-away, we have one more tool that we can use to make sure that those defendants are not in like a turnaround and coming right back into those neighborhoods where they didn't order to stay away. But in order to make that effective, in order to do that, we need the statements from the different community groups, we need the statements from the witnesses, we need the statements from the victim to bring that to court, to talk to the judges, to make that happen. And you guys have actually done an exceptional job of using that tool in the past in getting stay-away orders with people that have committed offenses against public safety in the neighborhood. So much so that it really is the model that we use when I talk to other neighborhood groups and they ask about how they can get more involved to help keep people get off of their streets when they commit public offenses like that. And so I just wanted to be here to commend the work that you guys have done so far, and also to answer any questions that you guys may have had about how that process works, because I think a lot of people don't really know or understand what happens when you've arrested someone. Like, where do they go from here, and then they show back up years later or months later, what that process looks like, how they go through the court system, how we work in a partnership with the police department, and how we work in partnership with the neighborhood group just like you. So I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. If I can't answer your questions now, you can find me on Facebook or contact us for meeting. I'll be here, I'm not going anywhere. I know we have a lot of people on the agenda. If you have questions, I'll take them now. Do we want to take them later? How do you want to do it?
Questions later.
Whatever is easiest.
Okay, we're gonna do, we have two more presenters that just showed up, but, you know, we do want to have questions. We have the city attorney represented, we have the district